Morning, everyone. Welcome to Vice Grip Garage. Well, what are we working on today? Starter, 1980 Chris Craft small block Chevy, but this ain't no standard small block Chevy starter because it goes in from the backside. So yeah, instead of normally it goes alongside the oil pan rail, it goes the opposite way and sticks out the back near the transmission. I'll show you that later. So basically what was going on? Well, the Bendix starter engagement gear thingy was not doing its job. So when you turn the key, what'd you get? Bzzz, bzzz, no starter engagement. This thingy bob is no working. So, of course, in their genius design, they made it where the bell housing is super low in the boat. And if you get any water in the boat, which happens on occasion, the flywheel slings out water around straight into the starter. So the starter gets a steady dose of water, specifically this Bendix thingy. I don't know what it's called. I think that's what it's called. So this gets a steady state of water. I upped the ante and put it in to salt water. So that really didn't help the situation. So we were about 400 yards from the dock, started up the engine, no start. Zoom, zoom, never could get it to start. So paddled it back to the dock. It was only 400 or 500 yards, no current. And went to the next morning, still the same. What's the answer to make your starter work? Hit it with a hammer. So I had a little hammer, that wasn't working. My dad had an old axe in his truck, which you can see. So I gave it the old axe job, and that got it started. We got it back on the trailer, and it worked. Till trying to get it home, still wasn't fooling around, so wasn't working. So I took it apart. Of course, I found it all nice and rusty and crusty. Wasn't working right, so I decided to take it apart. So taking apart the starter, here's the pieces. Nose cone, this is the main dealy body with electronic things, and then this is the main part here with the magnets and the brushes and the end plate. And we all know getting those on can be a pain in the rear. We're fixing to find out. So anyway, I'm going to start assembling this. After I cleaned it up, put a bunch of Marvel Mist Oil in there, other concoctions, and we'll see if it works. I don't know. It's kind of acting a little persnickety here. We'll see what happens. Well, got it in a vise. We'll start putting this thing together. This drops in here like this. All right. And have a couple of screws that hold this together. Alright. That is that back together. Here comes the fun part. Putting the brushes on, or putting the main case on, which includes the brushes, which you gotta have 42 hands in order to get it on. So we're about to find out my this is not going to be fun. Not at all. I'm going to have to pause this while I figure out what I'm doing. Alright, here comes my first attempt. If you see what I got here, I got some of these crimp connectors things that are holding this the brush out of the way, so that hopefully I can slip this on. And this is index. There's a notch here and a pin there. What do you know? It actually worked. So now, all the brushes are connected. Now I got these super long bolts that hold it all together. Gigantomatic screwdriver. let's at least give it a shot here. There's no solenoid on this. It's just fire away. And I've had this rebuilt before, and the guy told me that once you stick this out, you won't go back in until you have it on an engine and the engine starts and it kicks it back in. So that's what I'm fixing to do. All right, here we got it back installed in the boat. You can see, you know, this is a standard small block Chevy. It's actually a 305 Chevy. This is the ski tower thing. Supposed to tie the ski rope to it. But it's just a standard small block Chevy. But Chris Craft put the starter on the back. Boy, am I ever glad they did, because if they put it down there on the bottom of the engine, good luck getting it out of there. That's all I gotta say. So they put the starter in the back facing the opposite way, and we're gonna hear if my repair, aka disassembly, lube, and reassembly, actually fixed it. So let's give this a whirl. Well, that was 3 times it started in a row. Much better than what I was getting before. So must have done something right. So another finished repair on Get Her Done Garage.